Sincerely speaking, I believe that it is way easier, cheaper, and faster to make money in Africa than doing it outside Africa. And now, before you come for me, here is my own school of thought. And I will start like this: 60% of the job our people do outside Nigeria, and by extension, the entire African nations, 60% of the jobs they do in Europe, in America, name them, just outside Africa. I'm telling you the gospel truth. 60% of those jobs, these people will not do it if they are in their own home country. Name them. 60% of those jobs they do out there, some of them will not condescend to do it in their own home country. Yes, I know you will argue with me about how much money they are making, but yet I will still argue with you that you make the same said money and then you spend minimum 50% of that money on taxes. I repeat, minimum 50% of such money on taxes. Now, how do I mean by Africa, making money in Africa is cheaper? This perhaps will favor entrepreneurs and not working class. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you are all about business, I sincerely believe that making money in Africa for you is way cheaper than you taking yourself outside Africa to go start up anything you want to start. With $1,000, you can make a whole lot of difference in your community. $1,000, you will open business that will give you monopoly over the market. You open business that will place you with no competition, just as little as $1,000. And now, take it further. Somebody will say, is getting $1,000 even easy? Yes, I mean it's not easy, but it's the same, it's easy. The problem I feel we are having in this part of the world is we don't want to put in the work. We want the good life, but then we lack the discipline of putting in the work. Now I'll share my story with you. After university, I came to Abuja. Now, unlike many graduates in Nigeria, immediately after school, the next place they are thinking of is Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt. Sincerely speaking, I never have that anxiety of I want to leave. In fact, way back in school, if some of my colleagues are seeing this, they will tell you I've always been this guy that advocates for start a life somewhere that is less competitive. If, for example, you take a local government area that have the basic amenities of life you need, it have banking system, there is bank hall there is electricity, and there is good water. These three is enough. You can set up a business there. I repeat, this is just for entrepreneurs. It is way enough for you to start a life there. With 200,000 naira in communities like that, sincerely speaking, you can start a business. But the problem we have, hey, everybody got graduate out of school today. The next minute, the person want to be in Lagos, the person wants to be in Abuja, the person wants to be in Port Harcourt. You go to places where you end up spending way more than what you make in a year. You spend way more than what you make in a year for your bills. I'm talking about house rent. I'm talking about transportation. Most especially for people in Abuja and Lagos. Do you understand that? So why don't you just take a little 200,000 naira can start you a decent and business outside these major cities? For me, these were some of the things I had in mind when I was leaving school. But eventually I finished school and then the community I went to had crisis. Nigerian syndrome. The community I went to had crisis, right? And then I came to see my friend in Abuja. When I got to Abuja, I checked out the entire area and man, 1 week later, nigga is broke. Guy is becoming broke. And I sat my guy up and I said, guy, sincerely speaking, I want to start frying akara. As funny as it sounds, my friend and one other guy, I'm talking about Moses Olopade, and Dubin, Chidubin, was a guy from Delta State that was serving in Abuja and was staying with us then. All of us were managing in just one room. And all of us put heads together and said, okay, let's start frying akara. Well, I'm experienced with akara. Yes, because my mom then, of course, do it for us at home. And as a last born, I have understanding of how to make it. So I decided to monetize it. I watch, I decided to monetize it. I watch people who are making it. Then, this I'm talking about, YouTube videos, all of those things were not as rampant as it was today. Not as rampant as it is today. I mean, this I'm telling you is about 6 years ago or so. So then it was just about making the money. Please don't be confused. Follow me. It was just about making the money. So before you realize, we put together 100,000 naira and we went to the market. We did shopping. We bought our burner. It was an upgraded version of akara. Instead of using firewood, we're using gas. So we're doing akara, yam, potato, plantain. So we're doing it. It's a hustle for morning and evening. Guess what? By that singular act, we solved the problem of food. So what to eat was then never a problem in our camp. And so it is pocket money and profit we were then looking for. We continued like that. And eventually I had to leave Abuja for Ebonyi. And that was how that Akara business stopped and died because I was the engine room of the Akara business. But then that is not what I am saying here. The point I'm trying to make is this. We are always we have a problem of not starting small. That sincerely is what I think is our problem. We have a serious problem of not starting small. Everybody wants it just big. Everybody wants it big. And I mean, Rome is not built in one day. Businesses do well, but that somebody had to put in the hard work in doing it. Somebody wants to start today and tomorrow you're already blown. It's not done that way. Put in the work. When you put in the work, excellence and good results will follow. That is just the normal system of life. And so, in defending my point that it is way easier to start up a life in Africa than going outside Africa, truth be told, in Nigeria, I would say with 300,000 naira, I am telling you as a graduate or somebody who wants a life for him or herself, 300 good thousand naira. In fact, even less, you can start a business that will pay you every day. A business that will put food on your table, and if you're consistent at it, 12 months to 18 months later, you see yourself expanding to different dimensions. There are a lot of businesses I know you can do. Stop staying in Abuja or Lagos if you know you cannot even afford your rent. Oga, leave that place. My sister, leave it. Live the fake life. It's time we really tell ourselves this truth. Live that fake life. Take yourself out. Head to a community. In fact, go back to your community. I saw a video, and that's one of the things that inspired me to do this one. I saw a video by one, is it Dr. Olumide, who said if your mother is frying akara and you graduate as a university graduate and you don't, it's a shame for you. You are a failure if you don't go back doing the akara. I mean, that's paraphrasing, but I guess that's the content of what he said. And it's the truth. We all went to school to better the life. If akara paid your school fees, I see no reason why you should not consider improving on the services of your mom or your dad. And all of us are just running. We're running away from the responsibility, and tomorrow we're saying our government is our government that. Our government issue is another thing one have to even consider and think of to say, but that is on another subject. But sincerely speaking, Africa is not as bad as we project it to be. If all of us will put in the work, we will make wise and better decisions out of everything going on. Sincerely speaking, we will make wise and better decisions out of everything that is going on in this continent. You go to a community if you want to start a business. The first thing I tell people is don't do business because of passion. There's a place of passion, but if you're looking out to make money, sincerely speaking, passion will not give you the money you need. Passion will pay you on a long run. But if it is in terms of making business, Go to a community, look out for what these people don't have, the thing that will make them pay transport. Go to the next community to buy. Every community have this peculiarity. Every community suffer this challenge. I repeat, every community suffers the same challenge I'm talking about here. Identify a problem and solve. You don't need to do magic. All you need to do is be a middleman. Buy from this person that have, bring it to the place they need, and you sell. It is that simple. 2015, I was doing my industrial attachment somewhere in the north, Adamawa State to be precise. And I discovered them. That was the era of Bet Niger. It was booming so high. I got to the community. These guys will put money together, book their games, and pay one person's transport from Mayobelwa. For as many that knows Adamawa State, from Mayobelwa, they will pay transport to go to Jamaica, that is Yola, the state capital, to go and play Bet Niger. So 5 people, 10 people will put their money together, write the codes of the game to book. Then it was not common booking on your phone. I mean, to the guys that are playing bets will know what I'm talking about. So those guys will sponsor one person's transport to take it to Yola to go and bet for them. And I saw it as an opportunity. Immediately, my industrial attachment was just 6 months. I jumped on it. So I was coming back to school from industrial attachment. I was coming back a very big boy. I mean, serious big boy. Why? I had so much money on me. I had so much. What am I trying to say? Identify a problem and solve a problem. When you identify a problem and solve it, it will position you for money making. A lot of persons will come on social media and tell you, follow your passion. Your passion, most of the times, will not put food on your table immediately. The reason for passion for me is that it will keep you on a long run. It's a thing that will pay off later, not a thing that will pay you now. Business itself can be frustrating. You can start right now and you discover, man, the money you're expecting to make, you're not making it. So it is only passion that will keep you in that business. That is why so many times people will always tell you, follow your passion. Sincerely speaking, business is frustrating, but I think if you do the right thing, you take the right precautions before starting. I mean, if you take the right precautions before jumping on any business, sincerely speaking, I do not see why you won't make it out of it. The Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt syndrome in Nigeria has kept a lot of persons jobless. So many. The Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt syndrome has kept so many graduates in Nigeria jobless, and the next minute we're complaining about our government, and the next minute we're the one looking for how to leave the country, as though someone is chasing us. I'm not against people traveling out, but if you are leaving Nigeria for outside the country for a job, it should be, don't go take a job you will not do in your country. I mean, it's crazy. A job I cannot do in Nigeria, I will not do it outside Nigeria. It doesn't matter the pay. Instead, I create the job. The problem with us is we don't have the creation mind kind of system. Everybody just want a job, want a job. Why don't you create the job? Sincerely speaking, it is not difficult making money. We just don't see the how to go about it. And most of the time, most often we just keep doing cycling in one place. It's really not. It's not. Bye bye.